Never a dull moment in life. One thing for sure, every month we have to pay bills. See, due May 15th, 262. That's my gas bill. Water bill, 283.23. Light, 197.18. I have an investment thing going on. Maybe one day I'll share that. Balance on my American Express is $723. Say once you have a credit card, keep it open because when you close it, it does create a problem on your credit report. I do use it, but I try to be very mindful. So this $14.72, that was my car insurance. And what I do, I pay it on my American Express card, and then I make 2 payments to pay it off. So I'm gonna pay it off this month. I do have the money, but I just wanna keep the card active and to maintain like a, pretty decent credit score. Those small purchases between Dollar Tree, my Toll Replenish card, and if I go to like a variety store and I just use the card. So I try not to use the card, but I just use it to keep the card open. Once a month I sit down and put pen to paper with my colorful markers, and just to have a systematic way of paying my bills and focusing on my savings. I am very grateful that I paid my insurance, inspection, and the bill was not so scary this time. But what I want to start doing now is building back my savings fund, start contributing more to my investments that I mentioned earlier. If you watch my prior videos, I have a Robinhood account, I have a Fidelity account. So I want to start making significant contribution to those accounts. Much after I do the first step, organizing my bills, looking at the amounts, then I know I have to get serious. So this is what I do next. Put it in the back of my notebook because I know what I have to do. So no matter what comes up, I'll just add it to the list because I know all that I'm responsible for and the due date. Isn't this a pretty notebook? $8 from TJ Maxx. Just thought I'd highlight it. Payments are stressful enough, so I figured this pretty notebook, will help me just keep me in a good mood as I'm paying my bills. This is one of my Dollar Tree notebook where I get organized again and I write down anything that I need from this, my miscellaneous notebook. And I do this every month. My first draft is to just write down all the bills that I owe and anything that I know that I'm responsible for. And here is the bills that I get through the mail, and I have some bills that I don't get a paper anymore because they go paperless. Cell phone, cable, I didn't discuss that because the bill doesn't come through the mail, but I get an email that those bills are due and when they're going to take the funds out. Step is to assign the amount that's due and the date. As you see, I have the first part and the second part. Why? Because I get paid twice a month. First part, bills due before the 15th of the month. Part 2, bills due anywhere from the 16th to the 22nd. I put it in this category, number 2. I just try to be as creative as I can with my budget because I want to live a stress-free life and I don't want to get stressed out every month. Oh my God, I have to pay this bill or I have to buy this particular thing. So, do your bill as you wish. Orange dot. I want to start a sinking funds for appliance. So basically twice a month, I'm going to be putting aside money toward my appliances, which is my fridge, my stove, and my washing machine. About 3 more years to work. I moved in with this, including the washing machine. So I need to start saving money because everyone knows everything is going up, up, and up. And before I retire, I definitely want to change all my appliances. In green, I underline my investment because I want to jumpstart and go a little bit deeper in my investment. For the winter, it was kind of rough because my utility bills were extremely high. I had to make sacrifice and I had to go way less on my investment, way less to nothing. So I'm going to try to start fresh and, assign a number. Not sure how much yet, but that's going to be my next step. My miscellaneous funds comes also with my gas and grocery, and I put that in red because that's where I need to pay a lot of attention. When I go to refill my gas, I'm also getting scratch off. I'm also playing numbers, buying lotto. And if I were to just stick to the script, get gas and disappear. But no, sometimes, depending on my fun, I don't go crazy, but I do spend maybe 20 to $25. If I'm slightly depressed or whatever, like, oh heck, I'll play $30, basically in scratch off. Is it a good habit? But I just need to be mindful. Some of my miscellaneous waste. It's not a waste. I tend to buy things I like. I love notebooks. So seeing this on sale for $8, I'm like, oh, I'm getting this. TJ Maxx and Marshall. I just have to be so careful when I get in there. Look for one thing and get out. And in addition to my saving fund, in addition to my investment fund, I plan to save because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do. Where I'm living, I'm pretty much comfortable there, but I want to spruce the place up. I recently painted. I'm in the process of changing the light fixtures. I just don't want to be old in a crappy apartment with old appliances, horrible walls, horrible lighting. So as I save money, I'm planning to take some of the money from my saving fund to fix up, where I'm living. Not sure that's gonna be my forever home, but right now it is. So I have to, just plan wisely. And I definitely want to make more contribution to my Robinhood and my Fidelity account because, in the future, if I'm going to be working less, I would like to have money to go out, to eat, to travel, and just do, what I could do to have a good quality lifestyle. In a nutshell, now I'm going to play the number game. Step now is to assign numbers, the value that I'm going to be paying. I also have to make sure it does not exceed my income. Once it does, then I have to keep redoing it and till it could match my income. Another category that puts me in trouble is my grocery bill. When I go to the supermarket, sometimes I go crazy, especially when I see things on sale or I want to try something new, planning to start a diet, but it's always something that'll get your money. Now I'm sticking to the script, eating from home, especially when it comes to breakfast. I try to eat some form of breakfast in the house. There's a little left over, and the price of stuff outside is just ridiculous. There's a time I could buy breakfast out, but now I feel like I really can't afford it because it's gonna mess with my budget in so many ways. Pretty much, I feel like if I eat something and I have my own cup of coffee, this food is free, and this cup of coffee is already paid for. On Fridays, I meet up with my coworker. We, go to a little diner, and we have like a $15 breakfast. So for now, that's enough once a week. Weekends, I usually go out and treat myself to a really good breakfast on Saturday after my walk. For me, eating at home helped me control my finance, and it definitely helps me with my diet. To continue sticking to the script of eating from my freezer and my pantry because the price of food is really ridiculous, and I don't want to even get into that in this video because I know I do a lot of wasteful spending. I cook and I don't even eat the food, but yet I go out to eat. With that said, I'm going to work on my total for the month and see where I am. I just finished adding up my numbers, and I have definitely exceeded with my expense, way over my income. But I feel like I'm in a good place still, for the simple fact that my appliance, I'm making that a sinking fund, so the money that I'm saving. So I put here 150. That's my desired goal, to save 150 for the month. No, 150 per pay period, which would be $300 for the month. So if I have to scale that back for even $75 per pay period, it would still put me at 150 for the month. For my investment and my saving fund, I put $250 per pay period. That would be $500 for the month. So yeah, that's like in a dream world, I'm able to save that, but I'm gonna scale back a lot. My miscellaneous was 100 per pay period, so I'm gonna cut it back to 50 because I'm usually with this attitude, oh, why can't I have a little bit of fun? Why can't I just go get an extra cup of coffee today? Or why can't I go have breakfast with my friends? I could still do those things, but when I go out, I may just want to have a croissant and an egg because it's probably the cheapest thing. Again, simple, simple, simple is how I plan to keep it. My goal is to continue playing around with my numbers till I get it right for the month. So I'll be able to pay all my bills, still have a little fun, and do what I must do, which is take care of myself through paying my bills on time. Thank you for watching.